In a constantly changing era, the media industry is leading the transformation. With the industry, the media education is also evolving with the new technology and infrastructure. So today we'll explore how these shifts reshape media landscape and impact media education. So today we have a very special guest with us to give us the insights about media education. Welcome everyone to our show. Today we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Sanjeev Ratn Singh. He is a media education expert and a digital broadcasting pioneer with over 20 years of experience. He's transformed curriculum and led digital content creation at the Times Group, leaving the incredible mark on the media education. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. So the first question I have for you, like you have a great experience in print and media industry. So how has it changed over the time?
See, a lot has changed. Of course, every industry changes with time. But I think what happened during the COVID years has disrupted the way media is created, disseminated, and how the industry functions. Technology has become a part of our everyday lives, and during COVID, everybody was working from home. And so you had to rely a lot on technology. And then people realized that you actually don't need to go to office to be able to give that kind of output. Those kind of tools and techniques were developed for people to work from home. And therefore the over-reliance on physical offline infrastructure has decreased. Which also means that the way organizations are run, they have to change the way they run. So a lot of things have happened, and they have happened for the better. They would have, the change that would have taken 10 years would have taken place over 10 years, took place over 3 years. So it basically accelerated the process, which anyways was going to happen.
Okay, since you mentioned technology, so how has media education adapted that new technology?
See, technology in education, I think most legacy institutions are still struggling to cope up with it, because while everybody understands the importance or the uniqueness of having online programs, but there is a sense among the students as well that nothing beats offline, the real world exchange. So you have to do the balancing act between the two. And I think in media also we are trying to do the balancing act. We have certain courses for which can be done online, but the core of it, things like what you are doing, which need to be done in the studio, etc. For them, you need to have offline classes. So therefore, it's all about striking the right balance between the two.
Okay, so like we are introduced with the new subjects as like metaverse and AI. So how do you think they will take our job spaces, or will it only affect the corporate sector?
See, artificial intelligence is everywhere.
Yeah.
Do you have a Spotify account?
Yeah, I do.
So it will automatically tell you what songs to listen to after you play one song, right? So you have artificial intelligence already in our lives. Metaverse is a technology which is still in its infancy stage. But these are things that media students need to know, because eventually when you go out into the market, when you join the workforce, you need to understand these technologies and see how you can use these technologies to develop your professional skills.
Okay.
So whenever a new technology comes, there is always this fear that, oh, it will take up jobs, etc. But then you have to see how many jobs it's going to create also, no? You need people to manage those AI systems. You need people to look after those AI systems. You need people to run those AI systems. So those new jobs will also be created.
Since there is a change in AI and technologies being introduced, so how do you see the media industry in next 5 years?
It's very tough to say what it will look like after 5 years, because technology is moving so fast. But what we can say for sure is that technologies like artificial intelligence and metaverse are here to stay, because we have the kind of work that is happening from the technical point of view is so huge and so fast that we will see more of these technologies coming into our lives. and therefore we as media professionals need to know how to harness these technologies for the betterment. See, nothing can be a substitute for storytelling. If you're a media student, that means you're a creative person. If you're a creative person, that means you are going to tell stories. If you tell stories, you only need the tools to amplify them, right? So if you're a good storyteller, you will have a good story with you. But what's the point of having a good story if you're not using the right tools to amplify, to disseminate your information? Therefore, you need to learn these tools. You can make the best story possible, but if people do not see it, there's no point of it. So what we are saying is that stick to your storytelling techniques, they are the same, but adapt to the new tools. पहले अखबार था, है ना? Then you had radio, then you had TV, now you have internet, then you will have metaverse. So you need to keep adapting to these platforms. And when you move to platforms like metaverse, there text, audio, video is not so important. What is important are immersive technologies like augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality. So then you need to be able to convert your storytelling abilities into those platforms where people can be engaged, right? So that is why it's a very tough question to answer. But what we do know is that we need to have the attitude to adapt to these new technologies.
Yeah. So since you mentioned newspapers, I came into media just to write for print, and we are seeing that print industry is going very down. So is it going to decline at a moment, or is it going to shut down?
See, nothing will shut down. You have to look from your perspective. So if you enter a market, what is the job prospect or the growth of the industry 5 years down the line? Okay. If let's say the print industry is at 100 today, jobs are not going to increase, revenue is not going to increase. So therefore, how will you fit in if there are already 100 people in that job?
Yeah.
You need to look at sectors where jobs will go from 100 to 120. You need to look at sectors where the revenue will go from 100 to 120. And therefore, you need to look at the future and make sure that you are focusing on those sectors, technologies where the jobs are, where the revenue is. For newspapers per se, see, text is maxed out. Now, you have all these large language models coming in like ChatGPT, Bard, Llama, etc. They can do the basic writing for you, right? But you still need to know how to write, because you need to be able to give the right prompts. You need to be able to see whether what that large language model is writing for you, is that what you need or not?
Yeah.
Right? But for text, there are so many things that if a particular person says, I want to just, make my living by writing, I don't think that will be possible in the long run, because you need to have more skills than just writing to survive in today's world.
Okay, so that was our last question. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Your time was so precious, yet you came. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining, audience. Stay tuned for more such conversations.